Good afternoon, everybody. Happy 4th of July to Hamilton and all of Butler County, Ohio. Please rise, if you are able, for our invocation, which will be given by retired Pastor Ed Beck of Lindenwold United Methodist Church. And then please remain standing for the posting of the colors.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we ask your blessing because we are blessed to be here in America. We are blessed to be able to be here and celebrate the birthday of this great country. We covet, O gracious God, your continued glory and presence with us, not only on this day, but on each celebration whenever your name is called. So we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Beck. Now the posting of the colors, the State of Americans Veterans, Chapter 15. Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Webelos Cub Scout Travis Leak from Pack 926, Grace United Methodist Church. Travis is 9 years old and attends Hamilton's Brookwood Elementary School. Travis, please lead us.
Would the audience please rise? Please remove your hats and please recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll next have the Star-Spangled Banner. It will be sung by Miss Caitlin Fox. Caitlin is a 2014 graduate of Belmont University in Nashville, and she graduated from Hamilton High School in 2009. And she is currently performing in one of the productions at Kings Island.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
thank you, Caitlin, very much. With young people like Travis and Caitlin, our city, county, and country are in very, very good hands. It's time now to recognize veterans. Before I recognize the veterans who are in our parade today, I'd like to have all veterans please stand if you are able. I know it's been up and down, and some of you don't need to stand up if you're already in a wheelchair. We'll get to you later. But if you're a veteran, please stand, please raise your hand, please accept our applause. I am going to read the names of the individuals who are in our parade today. And just a comment, history is not witnessed, history is made, and we have several men and women who made history defending our country as well as fighting for their fellow soldiers, sailors, and Marines. I'm going to read the names of those veterans in our parade, but please hold your applause until the end, because there's a lot of them, and thank God they're all here with us. We have today with us Chris Haynes, United States Navy, Desert Storm. He's a state commander of the VFW of Ohio, VFW 7670. We have Philip Alexander, U.S. Army, Vietnam War, DAV State Commander, DAV Chapter 15. Sam Miller, U.S. Army, Vietnam War. Steve Chase, U.S. Army, Vietnam War, and his father served in World War II, Andrew Chase, and he's in the parade also in memory of his father. Linda Swink, U.S. Air Force, Vietnam era. Darlene Fields, Women's Army Corps, Vietnam War. John Miller, brother of Sam Miller, U.S. Army, Korean War era. We had Stan Jordan with us today, a first sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. Rob Hoffman, United States Air Force. Joe Sieve, United States Marine Corps. And you may have noticed leading in Division 1, we had Sergeant Stephen Jesse, Army Reserve, Desert Storm area, Operation Iraqi Freedom. He and his men from the Trenton Army Reserve were escorting our Division 1 entries in the parade. How about a round of enthusiastic applause for those veterans who I have just named who are in our parade? Now for the special recognition that we have, and those are our World War II veterans. We had 9 World War II veterans in our parade today, and that is a significant number considering these gentlemen and how many years they've been contributing on this earth, and they still continue to contribute. And if you want applause after each name, that's okay. William Doc Jones, U.S. Navy, World War II. Doc Jones was a quartermaster and responsible for his ship's navigation, including time in the Philippines. We have also with us, Fred Schilling, United States Army Air Corps, United States Marine Corps. Gentleman over to my right, your left. He served in 2 branches. He saw some close friends die in combat. He does speak to our young students in Hamilton about the importance of serving in the military. He's a DAV member who assists in the burial ceremony for fellow veterans. Fred Schilling. Ed Carruthers is with us, United States Navy, Seabee, World War II. The motto of the Seabees was, "We build, we fight." And his service included Iwo Jima, and he actually quit high school to join the Navy, but received an honorary degree 15 years ago. Ed Carruthers. With us also is Robert W. Harrison, U.S. Navy, World War II. And he served on the destroyer Turner. Robert's a real loyal DAV guy. He proudly served in the Navy, and he proudly serves with the DAV. he would not ride in the Corvette because he wanted to ride with his fellow DAV comrades in the trailer that they had. But Robert Harrison was there. Round of applause for Robert W. Harrison. James B. Stewart, United States Army, World War II, combat engineer in the 1st Armored Division. He served in North Africa, served through Anzio, was in northern Italy, and he was chasing, I believe, German General Rommel, if I'm not mistaken. So, round of applause for James B. Stewart. Alan B. Miller, U.S. Army, World War II. Alan and his Browning rifle were in the Battle of the Bulge. He served under General Patton, and he went through a rather quick training to get to the Battle of the Bulge because of the amount of losses we were having then. A round of applause for Alan B. Miller. We're also pleased to have Bill Kaler with us, U.S. Army, World War II. He's also to my right and your left. He served in Guadalcanal, Emerald, in the Philippines, in a gun battalion. He worked with 90mm guns. And he also volunteers still at Fort Hamilton Hospital with his wife, Bill Kaler. I think everybody knows this gentleman, Howard Cohen, United States Air Force, World War II, served in Mariana Islands after the atomic bomb was dropped. He is a true leader. He's helped organize the Partners in Crime Veterans Discussion Group. A proud veteran, a proud senior, Howard Cohen. And we have Ray Conlon, U.S. Army, World War II. Served in the Signal Corps, was a cook, served in the infantry in Belgium, France, Germany. Longtime volunteer and member of the VFW, Ray Conlon. Those are our veterans who were in the parade. And I am now going to introduce, for some special recognition, Butler County Veterans Service Commission Executive Director, Carolyn Beer, who will give recognition to those veterans from World War II who represented all of our World War II veterans today in our parade. Thank you.
Thank you. Certificate of recognition presented to Albert Miller, William Doc Jones, Ed Crowthers, Fred Schilling, Robert Harrison, James Stewart, Howard Cohen, and Ray Conlon on July 4th, 2015 at the City of Hamilton, Ohio. In recognition of your military service during World War II, you are being honored for your dedication to duty and sacrifice to country. The Butler County Veterans Service Commission is grateful for your service and continued devotion to the United States of America. We salute you. On behalf of the Veterans Service Commission Board of Commissioners, Thomas L. Jeffers, President, Lowell Stewart, Vice President, Robert Perry, Secretary, and Kenneth Smith. Thank you, gentlemen.
I'd like to also recognize some people who provide special support for our veterans. We had Marilyn McGeorge in the parade. She's the VFW State President of the Ladies Auxiliary, and she's also with VFW 7670. You may have noticed in the parade also a vehicle that said Joseph House on it. Joseph House of Cincinnati is a 501c3 who helps homeless veterans and helps veterans with drug addiction issues. Their motto is, we don't leave our military wounded behind. Murray Ballou is is a veteran and a leader of the Joseph House. But I'll also have Connor Thomas come up here. Connor, come on up here if you would, please. Connor Thomas is a high school student, and he's from neighboring Claremont County, but he held something very special in Hamilton, Ohio. He held a fundraiser at Hamilton's Joyce Park for Joseph Center, and he raised money for disabled American veterans and as well as for the Joseph Center. He also has another fundraiser coming up July 25th for Cincinnati's VA Hospital. Special young man who used one of our parks to raise money to help veterans. And I got a certificate for you, Connor, okay? City of Hamilton, Ohio. This is certified that Connor Thomas is hereby rewarded a certificate of recognition for his dedication to veterans including helping raise over $1,300 for disabled American veterans and $10,000 for the 5K Run and Family event for the Joseph House of Cincinnati. Connor continues to raise funds for the Joseph House, which helps veterans with daily needs, as Connor believes that no veteran should be left behind. Thank you, Connor, for volunteering in Hamilton, Ohio, helping out veterans, okay? Thank you, young man. Okay. I hope our parade grand marshal is still here. He's also Hamilton Citizen of the Year. His name is Steve Timmer. Steve's retired from the Hamilton Fire Department, a longtime volunteer in Hamilton. He's a master gardener. He's a leader of our park system, our Parks Conservancy. So if you look at our parks and you like the way they look, please say thank you to Steve Timmer and his crew of guys. And he's a real go-to guy. When you need something done in Hamilton, you go to Steve Timmer. Is Steve still here? Because if he's not here, I'm sure he's somewhere doing something positive for the city of Hamilton. Whether he's here or not, how about a round of applause for Steve Timmer, our Citizen of the Year. We are honored today to have as honorary parade grand marshal, Mark Rentschler. Mark Rentschler is a lifelong resident of Hamilton, is married, and has 4 children. He has worked in the manufacturing industry for more than 30 years, including operations management and marketing, where he is recognized as an industry leader in digital marketing. He has worked for Makino, a global machine tool manufacturer, for more than 20 years. He is currently the president of the board of directors of the Miami Conservancy District, which is celebrating 100th anniversary this year. In this capacity, he leads an organization of dedicated professionals who are responsible for our safety through world-renowned flood control programs in the Great Miami River watershed. Mark is a graduate of the Culver Military Academy and Washington Lee University, and Mark is an avid historian. Mark, please come give us a speech. And I'm very excited about this because this is about our river, celebrating our river, and celebrating the Miami Conservancy District. Mark Rentschler. Thank you, Mark.
First of all, let me say how privileged I am to be able to do this in front of so many distinguished American veterans. So thank you very much for the opportunity. The Great Miami River comes by its name honestly. It's truly great. It has a great history, great power, great benefits, and a great future. The Great Miami River was and is the lifeblood of our community. The river helped drive our community's economy and now provides for great recreation and offers us a sense of a new, revitalized community with a great future. There's something soothing about sitting on the riverbank and just watching the water flow by. It pulls us in. It gives us a sense of tranquility. But in the past, it wasn't always so peaceful. Let's examine a few facts about the river. The river's 170 miles long. It flows south-southwest through the state from its source, Indian Lake in Logan County, near the highest point above sea level in the state of Ohio. It empties into the Ohio River near the Indiana border, at the lowest point above sea level in the state of Ohio. Its major tributaries are the Mad and Stillwater rivers upstream and the Whitewater River downstream, which joins it near its mouth. It drains about 4,000 square miles of the state. And early in our history, Native American tribes used the river for hunting, fishing, and trading. The river served as a transportation system, and the river valley was more than once part of conflicts and wars. But most importantly for our community, the war the early United States nation fought against the confederation of Native American tribes and their British allies following the Revolution. Those tribes included the Miami, which the river is named after, the Shawnee, the Delaware, the Potawatomi, the Mingo, the Wyandot, and the Ottawa. This was a vicious and bitterly fought war from 1790 to 1795 and was crucial in the establishment of the American nation and the state of Ohio and Hamilton. A war which lacks the publicity of many, but includes what some historians call the worst defeat ever suffered by an American army. So Hamilton was founded by General Arthur St. Clair and that army on September 30th, 1791, with the completion of a fort named for then Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton. His statue stands up High Street from here. The fort was just a block away in the other direction, about in the middle of High Street, in front of where the monument stands today. There was a large prairie here then, if you can envision, stretching from here all the way to Miami-Hamilton campus. Over 300 acres of tall grass sitting in the floodplain of the river that the Army needed to feed its pack horses and oxen. The original fort was only about 50 square yards, made with log palisades and 4 blockhouses. It was one of several designed to provide provisions for the Army on the way to fight this Indian Confederation, which ultimately ended for disaster for St. Clair's Army on November 4th, 1791. General Wayne came and expanded the facility in 1792 on his way to victory over those same tribes. That ultimately led to the Treaty of Greenville, peace with the tribes, and the settlement of southwestern Ohio. The river was crucial to Hamilton's early growth, and by the time Ohio entered statehood in 1803, the river was an integral part to the industry that was formed. Grist mills, sawmills, and other water-powered industries appeared. 3 weeks after statehood, Butler County was formed, and as the county seat located on the river, Hamilton became not only the center of government, but also of transportation and trade in the region. Life wasn't easy in those early days. Imagine living here without a bridge to cross the river. Hamilton's first residents did just that for more than 2 decades, until a privately financed bridge, the 380-foot Miami Bridge, opened in 1819. It may well have been the first bridge anywhere on the Great Miami River. Today, that bridge is better known as our High Main Bridge. In 1840, Henry Earhart devised a scheme to divert water from the river through Hamilton to provide even more sources of power to shops and mills in the community. And so many of you know this as the hydraulic. It was completed in 1845 and was a resounding success. It helped build Hamilton into a manufacturing center. Numerous foundries and businesses like the Niles Tool Works, Hamilton Tile Works, just to name a few, were located on the hydraulic. The power harnessed from the river helped to attract numerous paper mills to the valley. As many as 30 mills were concentrated along the river, along the Miami-Erie Canal, which was also completed in 1845. And the canal connected the Ohio River to the Great Lake Erie and ran through Hamilton. Companies well known to our community, like Champion Coated Paper and Beckett Paper, located either on the river or on the hydraulic or on the canal. Water was powerful in many ways. With this industrial growth came new bridges: the Columbia Bridge, the Blackstreet Bridge, the Cincinnati-Hamilton-Indianapolis Railroad Bridge, linking east and west sides of Hamilton. These businesses thrived for decades until the most devastating natural disaster in Ohio's history hit in March of 1913. In a little more than 14 hours, all 4 bridges were destroyed by the great 1913 flood. Officially, 200 people in Hamilton died. The number, by some historians, is more accurate, represented as 400. Thousands of homes and businesses were damaged or destroyed. Until that time, the Great Miami River had clearly been more friend and economic engine than a foe or a generator of economic disaster. But when it violently destroyed our community in the spring of 1913, it did so with a might no one anticipated, and one our community was determined to ever happen again. Despite losing everything, people throughout our region raised millions of dollars to design a flood protection system to prevent future generations from enduring what they had suffered. The total system cost was about $30 million by its completion in 1922, which in today's dollars would approach $500 million. The Great Flood was a catalyst for the creation of the Miami Conservancy District, the regional agency which would create world-class flood protection. Today it features 5 dry dams and 55 miles of levee that protect the riverfront communities from Piqua to Hamilton. Those dams, Germantown, Englewood, Lockington, Taylorsville, and Huffman, together have stored floodwaters more than 1,800 times since their completion in 1922. This world-renowned way of protecting us from floodwaters was named the Engineering Records Project of the Year in 1922, placing it alongside with other great engineering feats, such as the Brooklyn Bridge, the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building, and the Golden Gate Bridge. This system continues to protect us today and has protected us from a potential flood that was 40% larger than the storm that occurred in 1913. Ultimately, Hamilton recovered from the Great Flood. Businesses and communities rebuilt. New manufacturing companies emerged, machine tool companies, and new industries. Companies like Mosler Safe, Herring Hall Marvin, Lane and Dyer, the Ford Motor Company, Hooven Owen and Rentschler, Black Clausen, and the Estate Stove Company, just to name a few. During World War II, these companies quickly switched from peacetime production to war materials. Companies like General Machinery Corporation employed thousands here in Hamilton, and they created the Arsenal of America. Hooven Owen and Rentschler produced Liberty ship engines at a rate of 1 per day at the peak of the war. Submarine engines, anti-aircraft guns, and machines to make the implements of war poured from the factories in Hamilton. Unfortunately, many of these patriotic companies, however, did not make an effective transition back to peacetime production. And the development of the interstate highway system changed the power of water in our community. But times change, and manufacturing activity ebbs and flows like the river. So today, in the 21st century, the river provides us, however, with another advantage. Beneath this great river lies a great aquifer full of good quality water. While many people face droughts, water shortages, we are blessed with an amazing, abundant water source. There is an estimated 1.5 trillion gallons of water in the aquifer. It's hard to wrap your head about 1.5 trillion of anything, but I'll try. If we placed all of that water on top of the city of Hamilton's 22 square miles instead of underneath it, the water would be 327 feet deep over the entire city. I want you to remember that the replica of the Eiffel Tower at Kings Island is only 315 feet tall. So the benefits go beyond the Great Miami River and go beyond drinking water. River Today provides us an excellent opportunity for economic development and recreation. There's an annual River Summit held each year on the campus of the University of Dayton. These communities discuss how to utilize the great resource that we have. Hamilton is once again embracing the opportunities the river provides. After some rough economic times in our community, economic growth and vibrancy are returning. Companies across the nation in water-starved areas are looking at this region, and in particular like cities like Hamilton, who have invested in renewable energy and efficient public utilities. In 2014, the Miami Conservancy District and many river cities, including Hamilton, partnered with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to study 99 miles of the Great Miami River for riverfront potential. The report says the Great Miami River Corridor is a very special asset of the region and can drive economic activity and ranks well with other similar destinations around the nation. The study also noted that the water quality in the river was some of the best for any Ohio river or stream. But the report didn't tell us anything we didn't already know. It's time to capitalize on this amazing asset we have right here in the heart of Hamilton, and we are. Besides having the best tasting drinking water in the world, Hamilton is known for one of the best places for rowing in the Midwest. We are pleased to welcome Row America this year to expand the rowing in our community. And with the recent expansion of the bike trail, this brings us one step closer to become part of the largest paved bike trail system in the nation. Just think about all the projects that are planned and have been completed, like River's Edge Park, the recent expansion of the Fit and Arts Center, our bicentennial project, which continues to give back to the community in so many ways. You just have to look across the street at the new art space lofts, preserving our heritage while providing dramatic improvement to the center of the city. And thousands of people are drawn to the river in our downtown because of the amphitheater, the concert series, and other fun community events like today. And thanks to Sarah and Joe Markham, the community's investment in that facility is about to quadruple in size, building our local quality of life and inviting more visitors to visit Hamilton. Just look at the renovation occurring right now across High Street and in downtown in both businesses like Community First Solutions and a new business like StarTech and other retail shops and restaurants. Soon the East High Corridor Improvement Project will be completed, and that will attract even more new businesses to the area. Continued collaboration between local government, local businesses, and community leadership will lead to even more new projects. And it won't be long before the champion-coated paper site becomes a state-of-the-art sports park. So it's an exciting time. The future along the Great Miami River is promising. Hamilton is growing and developing again, just like we did in the 1800s. And in the last 5 years, 1,175 new jobs have been created, and over $190 million have been invested in capital improvements in the city. The Great Miami River has been and continues to be a catalyst for growth. It is the Great Miami River, a beautiful river, a rich treasure, a constant in history for us and our future, and for the city of Hamilton. Thank you for this opportunity.
How about one more round of applause for Mark Rentschler and the entire Rentschler family for their leadership with the Miami Conservancy District. Water is so important to our industry and trade. The Conservancy District is so important for flood protection, and I'm glad he said that we made things in Hamilton and we still make things in Hamilton, Ohio. Okay, now for the music part. Patriotic music will be sung by Hamilton elementary students participating in HAMS, the Hamilton Area Musical Summer. They are directed by Mrs. Terry McKee, Mrs. Christina Fox, and Ms. Meg Haven. This is the 5th year of HAMS, Summer Musical Theater Camp. This year's production, Alice in Wonderland, will be held in the Hamilton High School Rotary Auditorium on July 10th and July 11th. They will be singing for you, "We Celebrate America," "This Flag We Fly," and "All America, Me and You." For our musical stars, we present HAMS.
We
Thank you, Hams, for increasing our patriotism today on July 4th, 2015. A great job. On July 3rd, 1940, the Daughters of American Revolution urged a citywide display of flags to show that we believe in the principles of liberty, faith, and equality. The DAR said, do not lose the opportunity to display that badge of belief and faith. And that's true today. So thank you for wearing your red, white, and blue. The thank yous go to the Hamilton Concert Band under the direction of Dave Birchfield. As well as we want to thank the Presbyterian Church for all that they've done for making today's event successful. We want to thank all the units and groups that participated in today's parade. And a big thank you to the high school marching bands that marched today. We also thank the Hamilton Community Foundation, truly our city guardian angel, and the Michael Colligan Fund. Thanks to the 4th of July Committee and the many generous friends of the 4th of July. Thank you to area Boy Scouts and their Boy Scout leaders and parents who volunteered today. And thank you to the DAV 15. And thank you for TV Hamilton for videotaping this parade and patriotic ceremony. And to Hamilton Journal-News for running the advertisements for today's events. We will have a final patriotic musical piece by the Hamilton Concert Band. Enjoy your family today and pray for our country. The Hamilton Concert Band.